And now, to get our celebration started, please join me with a warm welcome to Reporters Committee Chair, Stephen Adler.
Judy almost knocked over my script, but I still have it. First of all, I want to thank Judy for being such an incredible role model for all of us as an intrepid, wise, and highly ethical journalist and as a fighter for press freedom. Judy, your continued staunch advocacy for the First Amendment and for the Reporters Committee is one of the many things that inspires hope here tonight. So let's thank Judy. And I'd like to offer a warm welcome to all of you. Thank you for being here this evening to join in common cause. It's so important to stand together in times like this, to put our shared commitments above any competitive differences, and to fight together for rights we hold dear. It takes courage in any time period to do journalism in the public interest, despite the powerful forces that are always at the ready to try to block the facts from coming out. It takes special courage now for journalists and even for the lawyers who represent them, as those powerful forces work even harder to curtail press freedom. RCFP stands ready at all times, literally 24 hours a day, via our 24/7 hotline, to advise journalists, to defend them, and to promote their interests inside court and out, which is why I'm so proud to be part of this effort. Before introducing our gala chairs, I want to thank the people who make RCFP so effective in advancing the rights of journalists and in protecting the public's right to know. First, and you'll hear from him later, Bruce Brown, our president of 13 years. Bruce has expanded RCFP's capacity to help journalists by 8-fold in those years, which means our budget has gone up 8-fold, bringing it's code, yeah, bringing our roster of staff lawyers up over 20, all providing, as Judy said, free legal services to journalists and their organizations. So Bruce, wherever you are, please stand and be recognized. Next, the staff of the Reporters Committee, lawyers and non-lawyers alike. They have their hands full, especially now, but they continue to do the vital work on the ground day after day with passion, with grace, and with skill. Will the staff members of RCFP please stand? I can't see anyone, but I assume you're standing, so thank you. And finally, the RCFP Steering Committee, a dedicated group of reporters, editors, educators, media lawyers, and others who are committed to sustaining the organization and supporting its work over the long term. Steering Committee members, please stand. Now it's my happy task to welcome our 2025 Gala Chairs, Norm Pearlstein and Tom Gloser. Each of them means so much to me personally and so much to the cause of press freedom. First and most immediately relevant tonight, Tom and Norm have totally aced the role of Gala Chair. They've proven to be tireless, relentless, and prodigious fundraisers. They have tapped pretty much everyone with whom they've crossed paths in their long, illustrious careers. And I hear laughter, and that means you. And that's a whole lot of people. Their lists are incredible. We owe them a huge debt of gratitude. So you can applaud later. Second, and deeply important to me personally, all politics being local, each chose to hire me for the most important roles of my career. Norm at the Wall Street Journal in 1988 and Tom at Reuters in 2010, thus keeping me gainfully employed for 28 of my 40 years in journalism. My family thanks you, my dog thanks you, I thank you. I cleared that with my dog to make sure she was okay with it. As leaders, they've always been charismatic, inspiring, and fair-minded. Norm at the helm of the Wall Street Journal, Time, and the LA Times, among others. Tom as CEO of Reuters, and then the parent company, Thomson Reuters. By their actions, they taught me so much about leadership, about the value of what we do, and about the necessity of protecting our right to do it. They had a lot in common as bosses, although they probably don't know that. Though I was a legal journalist, they knew the law better than I did. Though I tried to read as much as I could, they somehow managed to read more, and invariably to question me about the articles and court opinions I hadn't quite gotten to. I'll never forget Norm asking me what I thought of the Scalia dissent, 5 minutes after the opinion was released and long before I'd read it. And they always had my back, and everyone's back, in some of the toughest situations a newsroom can face: libel suits, public attacks, violence against reporters, censorship threats, cost-cutting pressures, and disputes with advertisers and customers over the independence of our coverage. They always stood up for independence, however difficult that sometimes was. This makes them especially important role models for newsroom owners and managers today. I'll pause on that for a moment. The third reason I'm so happy to introduce Norm and Tom and feel so fortunate that they are gala chairs in this most challenging of years is that they have both overseen large news organizations operating across the world. In one country, blessed by the First Amendment's protections, by a constitution in which freedom of speech is sacrosanct, and in myriad countries not so blessed, and they are deeply aware of and protective of the difference. Because of their experience, Norm as editor and Tom as CEO, they know what it's like to cover national security in the US and in countries that criminalize such coverage. They know what it's like to uncover information the US government doesn't want you to have, and to do so in countries where they will throw you in prison or worse for doing so. They know what it's like to work in a country where prior restraints are nearly always unconstitutional, and in countries where they are routine. They know what it's like to work under the protection of court decisions that safeguard parody, satire, and opinion, which are often the first to fall in authoritarian regimes. And you know where I'm going here. They know the difference, and they're passionate about preserving it, as all of us are. We have reason to worry about erosion of each of these protections here at home, which is why it's so important to support the Reporters Committee's relentless work to preserve them. Norm and Tom agreed to lead tonight's effort to build the resources to support this mission, even though they're really busy people, and the job of gala chair is a ton of work and honestly not a lot of fun. So first let's thank them. Thank you. And then please welcome first Tom Gloser and then Norm Pearlstein.